Well, good morning everybody. Danny and Wanda back from Pecan Grove. Out here kind of early this morning before all this heat gets on us really bad. And guys, we got half a bucket of snap beans out of the 60-foot raised bed down here. Got some tomatoes, got several cucumbers here, got a zucchini. I mean, you know, pretty good little haul from this little garden down here. Now we got to go up to the high tunnel and we got to check it, but believe it or not, if nothing happens, Miss Wanda might actually get a few ears of sweet corn. Her little sweet corn has jumped up there and started tasseling. We're hoping for maybe, looks like she could get 10 to 15 ears off of it. And look, we'll praise the Lord and take whatever we get at this point, you know, because it's done so screaming hot down here in the south till you just happy to get anything right now. You got to get out here early because it's fixing to be, it's fixing to be 7 o'clock and it's almost 70 degrees already. So the humidity's 99% when I looked a while ago. So we're gonna try to run up here to the high tunnel before it gets any hotter and the sun gets on it, and we'll see if we can't find out what kind of goodies we got in the high tunnel. The peppers are putting on their second growth of peppers here. We've been picking the banana peppers, and they're putting on their second growth here, all of them. Had a tomato worm issue here for a couple of days there. We had got several tomato worms out of here. And the bell peppers are fixing to put on their second growth. I don't know if we actually have any bells. Yeah, we got one bell pepper here. Need to get it off. Nice bell pepper there. Yesterday I picked a really nice eggplant. We've gotten several off of here, but these things, I want you to look at the eggplants on these things. There's one there. Look over here at that one.
There's three right there.
Three right there. Up here. Now we've been getting a lot of tomato worms off of the eggplants, but they're so big and so many leaves till
it's hard to find them.
You can't really see. Now here's a bunch of eggplants right up under here. When I pick those leaves up, look at them hanging there. And back here, there's just...
Now the back ones, have they about caught the front ones? They're still a little shorter.
They're still a little shorter.
But and there's still no, well, I see
there's a couple of eggplants
one there,
right there.
One down there.
Still not as many.
Not prolific.
Yeah, they don't have as many blooms as the other ones had. That's the one thing I have noticed.
So these are doing fantastic. These are pretty.
They're pretty.
They just ain't as prolific.
Now, I have gotten a lot of tomato worms off of them, but they haven't shown the damage because there's so many big leaves on them. They got, like right here, you can see the end of the leaf, how the worms, one worm can spend his entire life on one leaf in these. That's why it's so difficult to find them, because the leaves are so big. The worm, like this one here, I got one off of it the other day. He done eat and eat. He's a big old giant worm. There's just so much for him to eat there. But now we've got our Cherokee yellow wax beans here. These we're getting ready to put on their other bloom, and there won't be as many on these as there was down yonder. There's a few on them, not many. I see them over yonder. I can see them from
I see some in here.
Yeah.
So we've got some beans, but they're going to the second.
Yeah, they're
your
fixing to get
grapes,
ready. You've
got to tie up both your grapes.
I gotta get a string to tie these grapes up here.
They won't hold themselves yet.
No, they're not quite to the point where they'll. The wind keeps coming through here, so I'm gonna have to actually just clip it right here. Is what's gonna have to happen.
Yeah.
Right now, I'm not too awfully worried about it because it's not hurting anything. Same thing with the one over here. This one over here is. Get a reach up there.
Within what, 2 weeks or so, the beans will come out.
Yeah.
And we'll be transferring something else in here.
We'll be putting something else in here to go with the grapes.
The tomatoes here.
Yeah, this is our other batch of tomatoes when we took the
This is a second batch. What are these? We lost track of which tomatoes is which.
Yeah, these are some that you planted.
That'd be Abe Lincoln's in, maybe?
No, it was what? Yes. Well, we planted Abe Lincoln's and we planted those
Red Snappers or something
this
from
may
Hoss
be the
Tools.
Red Snappers from Hoss Tool here.
Well, I don't know if we'll know.
We got a tomato here. We try to get them off as they start turning. So down here is even another one. What we're learning is the early girls, they're not making a real big tomato, but it's a good little tomato.
I mean, you see there a bunch of them, and when these get ready, we're going to take these out.
Yes, now the tomato worms got in this one too. There was 2 tomato worms on this one. Started eating on the top of it the other day.
Right there.
That's a leaf.
I know, but they don't eat some of it.
They eat some on it there, and they got a little tough on this one here.
They did this one.
Yep, they got a little tough on that one.
But when those 2 come out, we're putting a round 2 of tomatoes in it.
Yeah, we'll go around 2. Now the squash, I think I got a cocozelle here that the other one had a cocozelle on it yesterday. I took it off. And this one here has one right here. I think I'm going to go ahead and take it off. It didn't pollinate.
And the problem with these is they got that powdery mildew right quick. So we're taking those out.
The humidity got up really, the humidity's bad here. I'm talking about really, really bad here.
So that plant probably will come out?
Yes, I'm fixing to take it out right now, as a matter of fact.
And then we'll put something else in there.
Yeah. We're going to get rid of it. Okay guys, one of the things we learned, I've tried several different types of emitters here. This type right here that just sits in, you see how it just sprinkles the water out like this? We have it in the middle of our English time here. We're learning that out here in the edge, see it's not, even though there's water, when you get deep in there, there's water, but it's not letting the top surface get enough moisture. We've had to switch them out to this type right here that's adjustable, where you can, you know, turn them where they get more water. We're learning that about the different emitters that we have in these tubs. I moved some of my Cavendish bananas, the dwarf bananas, from Deepsouth over here and put in a couple of tubs here and here. I'm trying to create this thing so that when these trees grow up right in here, they create a shade right here to help with some of the intensity of the sun as the summer goes on. And I put them in the center. There's actually on this end down here, I have 2 more in exactly the same location as these, so that they shade the center of the high tunnel here. I'm trying to create, as you would say, grow zones inside the high tunnel for different plants and stuff like that. I mean, everything's an experiment right now with this longer high tunnel located between 2 lines of timber right here. The sun only hits it in the very middle of the day for maybe 2 to 3 hours, because I've learned that with what the sun's doing right now for the next 6 to 8 months, it's going to be very, very intense. So we're trying to design this thing where we get the maximum output from all of our plants. The bumblebees have found this really good.
Well, we got bees all in it.
Yeah, we got bees everywhere. This is the white ochre I transplanted from Ms. Wanda's high tunnel over at Deepsouth Homestead. I brought it over here and put it in a pot here. Actually, right straight across from it over here, I have 3 more that I brought over here to see how they'll do here between the tomatoes and the oregano. This is Greek oregano. It's taken over. That's
There's a
problem.
tomato under there somewhere. No, that's the emitter. No.
Okay, I was going to say it should be just the emitter.
Yeah, they're not blooming. Well, they might be blooming, but
this is the tomato. We don't know what it is because it came out of the chicken pen over at Deepsouth Homestead.
it's got tomatoes on it.
Yeah, it's just going to be a hybrid of some kind. We don't know exactly what kind. Now, guys, I have no idea whether these are all companions or not, but Miss Wanda's watermelon plant here is finally, from Vego, has finally started to grow. And it's crazy that it's actually doing that. And we had already put the bell peppers in here because we didn't know if the watermelon was going to live or not. And now the watermelon's taking the Vego bed over.
And we got tomatoes on
and we got tomatoes down here with it. You know, are they made to go together? I can't answer that. I don't know just yet. But I know one thing, these Vego beds are definitely making the difference this year with our food supply.
And the plants have done amazing.
Oh, the plants have done by far amazing. The strawberries here, these plants are literally amazing this year.
There might be berry under
It's
there.
possible that there's some berries. I haven't even looked because I've been so busy.
They're blooming, I know that.
Well, I know they're blooming, and they're putting on babies like crazy.
Yeah, we've been trying to keep the babies out, but there's blooms in there and little berries.
Little berries everywhere. So, here, look at them hanging over the edge here. There's a whole pile of them just hanging.
Easier to pick.
Oh yeah, it's a whole lot easier to pick. And this is the benefits of doing a soil test on your plants. You get the nutrition right, these babies Cadillac, I'm gonna tell you. Now yesterday I had a tomato worm on this one I found. Late yesterday
There's
evening.
some of my little ones turning.
Got her little cherry tomatoes going there. These early girls has really struggled in to just survive. And I know it's
now
not
this one doesn't better. It's loaded.
This is a better boy.
Oh, well, that makes a difference. It's still got some bad leaves.
It's got bad leaves. I just haven't had a chance to get in here and
but it is loaded with tomatoes.
Yeah.
Oh, this is my beans.
This is your peas and
now, why is one of them looking so funky?
I don't know. I mean,
Well, that one I would say let's take out because I don't know why it would look that weird, but I don't like it.
We get one that looks that way. We take.
Well, it looks like there's limited root. This is
that's radish and squash.
The yellow squash.
Yeah.
And then here's another one. See, out of 4, 1 looks weird. So yeah. I would say, do we take it out?
I'll take them out if they look weird. And it's got a decent root system, but
well,
I mean.
And then there's 4 here. These 4 look okay. But again, the squash and the radishes are doing okay in each one. You got 4, and you see,
there's always one that looks a little weird.
That's weird.
But then we got our Cavendish bananas right here on these ends. Now I brought some horseradish over from Deepsouth and put in this pot, and it is a little hard for it to get going.
The root will come back out.
The root will come back out, yeah.
Now
I got more sweet potato draws. I've got to get put in the ground and get planted.
And then my little mini planters.
Our mini Vegos here.
I've been getting little tomatoes off that one. And that's your bean with your experiment bean.
Yeah, with my feed in it. And it looks like it's going to be okay. It looks like it's
blooming.
Yeah, I broke the end of it the other day because I had to move it. And I broke the end of the thing off right here.
But the little planters, I mean, the mint, of course, is going to town. It's going to outgrow my...
It'll outgrow the container. It always will.
And this one, these are looking okay.
Rosemary, your thyme, and your...
basil may have to come out shortly to go buy our tomatoes over there.
Yeah. Okay, here we have the bed that had all the big radishes in it. It's Wanda's cantaloupes in it now from Vego. From Vego, and them things has finally decided that they want to grow.
They're just taking over.
They're taking the bed over.
They're blooming. I don't know how many cantaloupes we'll have.
I don't know if there'll be any cantaloupes in it or not, but I know I can tell you this: there's enough blooms in there to do Lord knows what with. So we'll see. And
we're gradually taking the radishes out.
Yeah. The radishes are getting hit by the army worms really, really bad. And we gradually take them out and feed them to the chickens. Matter of fact, this one I probably need to take out today.
Yeah.
And take it up to the chickens. This Vego bed, we had English peas in. English pea season's over with in the Deep South. It's too hot. So we got an empty bed here now. We keep it watered. We haven't made our mind up yet whether we're going to take this out and plant something else or whether we're going to leave it. We just don't know just yet. We're kind of watching the sun to see how it hits this bed as to know whether we need something that's for cooler, something for hotter. We're trying to figure the grow zones inside.
Our peas and beans are next.
Yeah, peas and beans will be next. Butter beans is more than likely going to go here, to be honest with you.
I'm going to plant some red rippers.
Well, we don't need no red rippers in here.
The high tunnel would be hanging with red rippers.
Things going up all over the top of it up here. Probably going to be some kind of butter beans is what we more than likely will put in here. Well, guys, the crew came in and got one of the roll-up doors in. I'm happy with that. Let's see, I haven't even checked it out, Harlan. Figure out how it works here. has two locks at the bottom, I see. It slides from side to side. Get going too fast. Oh yeah, that's
It's gonna be nice.
gonna be nice. What's all this racket about? Y'all crying again this morning? Huh? What's all this racket up? Come on, little boy. Show some of this good old ryegrass and clover.
And this is hay we baled. We grew, we baled our own.
Yeah, this is that ryegrass that was like that deep and the red clover. As long as they nursing, you get them babies on them, I try to keep them on that real rich grass and hay. Okay guys, it's 9 o'clock. The heat is about to get to us. So it's time for us to go get a snack or a bite to eat on something other to kind of give us a little bit more energy. You can see the Danny corn in the background way back yonder. It's about to start tossing real good. We'll get you some video on that when it gets a little bit further along. But you can see the cows are extremely happy with the ryegrass and the clover hay. They love it. As much green grass as there is, they still like that ryegrass and clover hay. And I don't need it right, you know, this coming winter because I've already bought my hay for next year. This is just excess that we baled off of the place here. It lets me know it's never been sprayed. It's good healthy hay. So cows are happy, I'm happy. When everybody's happy, we praise the Lord and we move on. Thank you guys from Pecan Grove.